king of the casuals, UFC 288. A lot of people don't necessarily think this is a good fight card, but I think it is. If you're just tuning in for the first time ever and you wonder who the heck are these casuals, well, we're not really casuals, I don't think. But we started this podcast with Jack McCarthy, the late, great Jack McCarthy. September 25th, 2021, we lost him to drug-induced homicide by fentanyl, and so we decided to continue to do this podcast in his honor and bring awareness to fentanyl through our favorite sport, mixed martial arts, all of combat sports, really. And with that, let's bring in the other two, the real credible two, Nate and Jake from the West Coast.
Hey,
hello,
guys.
Happy fight Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, I was jogging earlier and I was listening. I tried to listen to the Canelo press conference, but that doesn't do much good. Too much interpretation. I mean, you know, God love him. And I thought, the guy that he's fighting is a big dude, big guy from London. But it's, it doesn't get near the press that the Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia.
Canelo's got all the stuff, though. He don't care how big you are. He's just like, 60 pounds heavier than me on fight day?
Yeah. Well,
give me a second.
Yeah. Well, I've heard that. He tested positive for clenbuterol, which doesn't make you bigger. It makes you jittery, though.
It helps him cut the weight.
Yeah. But we're not here to talk about boxing today. But before we get into UFC 288, just have a little round of applause for our boy Mike Perry from Flint, Michigan, who knocked out Luke Rockhold's Chiclets. I don't think that went about how I thought it would go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rockhold can barely walk unassisted at this point. That guy has more brain damage.
Like Mike Perry was very funny in that little presser they did over the phone when he was like, look, you look like the kind of guy whose mom still makes his bed.
Why does that sound so true?
It does. And then he said something else that was fantastic, like does your mom do your laundry for you too? And then Luke Rockhold, instead of laughing and playing along with it, he's like, I haven't talked to my mom in 20 years. And I'm like, oh Jesus.
I would have said something like, oh, good for her.
Israel Adesanya came on and said, tell that little munchkin to shut the fuck up. I hope Sterling wins. Yeah. And I loved it, by the way. There you go.
Cause I'm the king of the casuals, the casual king.
Get your fucking fingers in. What is this shit? I mean, it's always this shit.
The casuals, the casual king. Cause I'm nobody bringing you the casual bang. The king of the casuals, the casual king.
What is this shit?
You know what's so hilarious? Every time with that intro, you telling me to get in frame makes me move every single time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just do this. I wave my fake hair.
I like it. I saw it though. I pictured you like Jim Morrison back in, with it waving in the wind.
I look like I'm gonna rob someone for this episode.
I thought you were. Where's your little crazy redneck brother?
He's at a football game somewhere.
I saw that. This episode, by the way, is brought to you by fuckem.nyc. Fuckem.nyc, and we're going to try and collaborate a little bit. Caden might be here to watch the fights tonight.
I got a challenge for Caden.
All right, throw it out there.
So I saw the bag he made out of the jeans.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. That was
very cool. Yeah, they got good stuff.
All right, Caden, can you make a kick-ass wallet out of a flannel shirt?
Ooh, all right. Caden and the other fellas at fuckem.nyc, Jake wants a wallet out of a flannel shirt. And we want our special King of the Casuals fuckem.nyc t-shirt. Co-fucking sponsored. So anyway, here we are, UFC 288, and it's I actually think it's a good card. Drew Dober, we'll start with that fight. It's the highlight fight, and then we'll get into the main card. Nate, what do you got?
So we got Drew Dober and Matt Fravello. shoot, I'm gonna go with Drew Dober. Did I say that wrong?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Frivola.
Frivola.
Yeah.
My apologies. Yeah.
Don't apologize because I put it on TikTok as well. Jake sent you an apology. I should have too because we were both so confident in Rojas, but it's Rosas or what is it?
It's Roses.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore because he's got to go back to the minor leagues to learn how to fight. But
you should have saw how happy I was when I realized I was right.
I don't know why we were so confident. Yes, I do because that's the way we are.
No, because I'm 90% of the time I'm actually wrong.
Because he's so bad at it, man.
Yeah,
so
you and Uncle Chael's not the best, but I think he does it purposely.
He absolutely does it purposely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Drew Dober. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just want him to win. To be honest, I want him to win.
Likeable dude. You're going with your heart, but that guy's a monster. Like he's like everything you like about. I think we all like about you want in a fighter. Always
he doesn't
game.
care. He fights anyone. Yeah. He doesn't care.
I'm gonna say Drew Dober. Not because I like him, but because I think he can beat him.
Sure.
And the way he took care of Bobby Green. Jacob, who do you got?
I actually am the contrarian here. I think Frivola is going to take this fight. I hate to say it about Drew Dober. He is game against anyone, but he's getting a little long in the tooth. He's been doing this for a very long time. I mean, he's got a 26-11 record. So he's got a lot of fights. But Frivola 10-3-1. I think he pulls this one out and he keeps moving forward, trying to make himself a run.
How does he do it, though? I mean, I don't see where he's.
I think he could knock him out. I mean, Dober's got great boxing. He's got great kicks. But
hard to take down.
Hard to take down, but he does tend to throw pretty wide punches. Yeah. So if Frivola can be really technical, stay in tight, get into those dirty boxing ranges, I think he's going to have a chance to knock Dober out, and I think that's what happens probably somewhere in the second round.
So the next fight.
So that was Kron Gracie versus Charles Jourdain.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I'm sorry.
Who you got, James? Who you got?
Boy. All right. What's Charles Jourdain's record again?
13.
He is 13-6-1.
And he's not necessarily an amazing striker, but he can strike.
Well,
I'll go first there. I'm gonna go with Kron Gracie by first round submission.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I mean, and that's what I'm kind of thinking. I would hope that they've developed some good paths to get those takedowns, and once it's on the ground, it's fucking over. Like this guy is so elite on the ground that why not come up with some ways for entry, get some strike for a little bit to set up the takedown, and then it's fucking good night for the most part if one of those people like a Gracie gets you to the ground.
Yeah, I agree.
Fair. Yeah, I think Kron takes this fight as well. He's the underdog. And, ring rust, all that stuff. But, dude, he's been in so many competitions throughout his entire life. I don't know if this guy gets nervous for competition. It's just another day at the office. He does his thing.
Next is, you're going to love this one. Mavzar Evloev.
What just happened? What just happened?
Come on, this is fun. We need music. You need a theme song for when you do this.
Evlov?
All right, thank you for correcting that. Diego.
I don't even know if that's correct. I just like the way that you were trying to sound it out horribly. It was amazing.
And then
okay, again, who's he fighting?
Diego Lopes.
Lopez. You're joking.
That one was for sure.
Okay. Lopes is on the ropes. All right, so you have Lopez against what'd you call him? Avlov.
Evlov?
Yeah. I've seen both of them fight. many.
Well, Evlov's 16-0.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, but
He's
he hasn't.
900.
He's a huge favorite.
Who's he? But let me ask you this.
Oh, and he fought some good guys. I looked this up before he's fought some real guys recently.
Name him.
He beat Dan Ige.
That's a fight right there too.
Oh, you're gonna love this. Duodu.
Dawoodu.
Dawoodu. Okay. Yeah, Lance Grundy. But yeah, Ige. I mean,
Dawoodu is pretty good, and Ige is pretty good. So all right.
Grundy's not bad either. Well, I think in this fight against Lopes, as they put it, Lopes is no jokes. He's not a bad fighter. He's got a 21-5 record, so he's got a ton of fights already. But I think Evlov is one of the people that we're starting to see really emerging, who's going to be the next level of elite in the sport in the next couple of years. I think he is a champion in the making if he keeps evolving, keeps doing what he's doing now.
So I'm going to go with the 16-0 Russian.
Yeah.
Agreed. Unanimous.
All right. Next.
KS Williams and Ronaldo Bedoya. That Randy Brown fight, the only other person he's lost to in a long time was Pereira. And Pereira, that guy's a fucking killer.
I think Michel Pereira, he never gets talked about as
he doesn't.
As a contender, and I think he can hang. I don't know, but I bet you he could hang with those guys that are, Leon Edwards and Dorino Burn. And he's huge for the weight class. I'm going to go with KS Williams.
Yeah, Chaos is a -380 favorite. Look, Bedoya is no joke though. 14-1. I don't know a ton about him, but what I do know is this is going to be a really fun first round. If it goes past the first round, I think it starts to lean more towards Bedoya.
Because KS Williams has 2% body fat and will immediately start ripping into his lactic acid.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or I think ground game starts to come into play more second, third rounds if it gets there. But I'm split. I really don't. I'm not positive. I really like Chaos. I've actually met him in person. I hate to say it, but I think Bedoya is going to take this one.
Wow. Hey, did you see? Okay, that takes care of that. Did you see the picture of Dean with Jamal Hill?
Yeah.
How big is Jamal Hill? He's a big boy. Because I think Dean was a little behind.
Kid.
Yeah, Dean's 6'4". If he's not cutting weight, he's probably 200 pounds. And he fights at 178, something like that, 176. But Jamal Hill is big.
Dean's so tall for a 175 weight class.
I know. Yeah. I'm going with Yan Xiaonan. I think she's the next. Except for a China versus China champion, he's hanging against Yan Xiaonan.
That's interesting. I agree with you. I think Yan takes this one. I think she's either I think she wins by unanimous decision. I don't think she knocks out Andrade. If she submits her, that would be such a shock. But it could happen.
Yeah. Unlikely.
Unlikely.
I'm going to go with Andrade. I think she knocks her out in the end of the first or the second.
Like a Karolina Kokiewicz, that poor, beautiful girl from Poland. I'm cold. Boom.
It happens.
It does.
Cause I'm the king of the casuals, the casual king.
Keep your fucking fingers in. What is this shit? It's always this shit.
The casuals, the casual king, cause I'm the